Well, hi everybody. This is Teresa. First I want to show you my waterfall book. So I'm gonna try to get some things kind of straightened up a little bit. See if I can get y'all situated where you're not looking at all a mess. But I have been working on my desk and I kind of have everything everywhere. So here we go, right? Anyway, but I need to do a few things today. I wanted to I'm sorry. I wanted to show you my waterfall book, which I learned, and it's this is a little book that is done with my coffee dyed papers. I dyed those the other day, and I just enjoyed having. I had enjoyed it, and I had so much fun playing with this on the Happy Paper People stream last night uh, after Beth, and so this is what I did. This is one book. This is 8.5 11 papers here, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 papers, 11 pages, 11 papers in this. I don't have a way to sew it, so uh, I'm not sure how to share. Oh, maybe that's it. Facebook. Let me pull this down so that I can say I am live. Okay, and go. I guess I'll post to Facebook, right? That makes sense, right? Okay. Oops. Anyway, I don't know how that's going to work, but that's the first time I've ever shared it. Hey, Julie, it's good to see you. This is my waterfall books from last night. I haven't bound them yet. What do you think? I did mine with my coffee dyed papers. Hi, Diana. How are you? These are my coffee dyed papers, and I did the waterfall book with them, and I cut them in half. Well, not quite half. I wanted this one to be a little bit bigger than this one. Um, this is 8.5 by 11 papers that I dyed. So I've got to find me a stapler that I can take. I've got 11 different pages in the books here, and like they said last night, uh, I'm gonna have to staple them, but I gotta find my stapler because I don't really have a way to sew them right now. So I'm gonna staple them here and here. Okay, so this is what I've done. This is my waterfall book. Of course, the waterfall books, they're the ones we put inside of another journal, and you can make them as large as or as small as you want. This is one of the things that they said. Uh, yeah, I love the coffee dyed paper on them myself. Anyway, let me turn this off and set it to the side. My mouse gets to going wonky and messes with me. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna staple it. I'm gonna put about 2 or 3 staples in it, and this one here is hold it this way. This one's this one's about 3.5 inches here because I didn't want it. I didn't want it real big. And I'm thinking about taking off part of these papers, taking off part of the pages so that it will only be about from here to here. Hey, Janet. Hi, sister. How are you? Hi, Nashua. Good to see you here. Anyway, this is this one is 3.5. And this one in here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So like I said, it's an 8.5 by 11 paper. This is my coffee dye papers that I did in coffee dye. I had to leave early last night, so I didn't get to finish up. But this is where I'm at with these waterfall books. I got to go back and see how you do the how to make the, what do you call it, the cover for them, because I didn't get to see that part. I won third prize with this book, with my Teresa book. I won third place with it. So I get some PM Artist Studio. I think I get 2 5x7 and a ATC size of the. Well, here I'm getting lost. What can I say? Stencils by PM Artist Studios. Wasn't that very sweet of them to add to the thing? So there was 3 prizes. I got the 3rd prize on my book. And this is the book that I won with. And it had a moth in it, so I had to remove it. And I'm going to show you. See, Julie, the moth was right here. The big bug was here. The moth was on this page. I just removed the whole page. And that's why I do my books, because I like being able to take my pages out, work on them flat, and then I can put it back when I'm done working with it, and then I can just put it back in my book. Or if I decide to make a new page, I can put a new page in it. But I'm thinking about taking this one here and shortening it. That way I can put it down on a blank page, say like here. I can put it down on a blank page, or put it down on my envelope or something, and then I'll have my waterfall book here in here. So some of my pages tore whenever I was working with them anyway. Like this one here, it's all kind of torn and grungy, but I kind of like that, y'all. Then I can put little thanks, Janet. I appreciate that. I can put little doodads on it, to make it, even grungier, I guess. But I'm thinking about taking and shortening these pages here to where it will fit in my little book, because it's a perfect size. And then I've got this, and of course that won't be hanging out. But then I've got a waterfall book. I can go back, and it gives me plenty of room to do my journaling on a waterfall book. So hi Letitia, it's good to see you. Anyway, this is my waterfall book. I haven't got it put together yet. And this is my book that I'm doing, that I have done for Beth's trade. Beth is doing a trade of this book. So this is my book I'm trading with Beth. Well, whoever my partner is. She hasn't told me who it is yet. She hasn't assigned partners. But this is the book that I'm working with. I've got another, I'm going to make another one of these pockets to go, because I want to kind of match it up a little bit over here. Like, I'm going to put this pocket here with I'm going to make that into a tag. And on the back is white, so you can just flip it over and write on it. And then over here, I think I'm going to make the, I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, this one maybe. See, because I did the decorative edge on this one here. I'm thinking about making the decorative pocket to go here, and it's kind of gusseted like this one is. This one here is gusseted also. And you can, and you cut it out of one sheet of cardstock, and then it's got flaps that you fold under to make it the gusset, so that it will have a kind of a bit of bigger, wider space so you can get it in there. And there's 3 pockets within it, or you can use it all as one or as 3. Let me show you. So you can use it as a pocket here. You can also use it as a pocket here. And you can also use it all the way down for longer stuff. So you can use it, 3 different ways. Each one of these I cut out of a different piece, which it was an experiment to see what it would look like. I just wanted to make sure it kind of all matched up. This was out of a little bird and birdhouse sitting on a limb. And then this is a piece of velvet. I like velvet. It's so nice to feel of. And this was a coffee. This came out of my coffee make can. The top that you pull off, this was what that was. I put it through my die cut machine with a folder, and it had a butterfly in the middle of the folder, but I wanted the outside to make it have a little texture. It does the stitching around it. Can y'all see that the stitching is around it? That die does the stitching around it. So it does the stitching around it. I used a folder for the texture, because I thought I need a little texture for all of it, because this one's kind of slick. This is velvet, and then I've got the metal with a texture here. So anyway, thank you. So I'm marking. This one is going to be the one I swap with someone on Beth's stream. I don't know who it's going to be yet. She hasn't told me. So I did some journal spaces here, and you just slide them out and slide them back in. And then, as you see, this is the front cover. All right, I haven't put anything here because I thought I'd let whoever got it. They could. Thank you, Heather. They could put what they want here. I just put a little flower with a rhinestone center, like I did with the butterfly. And of course, when you get it, it'll be flat, but you can make the wings stand up on the butterfly. Okay, then the back one is also the same, but I'll show you that in a minute. Then when you get to the envelope, which I already have, see, I showed you the insert. This is why it's called a flip over. It's because you flip the whole envelope over and you have another envelope behind that. And you do the same thing here. I put a couple of sheets here because it's kind of a large envelope. It'll hold a 5x7 card, I think. But when you make this journal, you do not have to make it this size. You can make it any size envelope that you want. You can make it little bitty. You can make it great big. You can make it huge. It's all in what you want to do. Hi, Linda. It's good to see you. Okay, so like I said here, I made this pocket. I cut down a little tag. I'm going to finish it up. I'm going to do the cuts on it, punch my hole, find me a little thing to go in it, and maybe some kind of cute doodad to put on the front, and then you've got a journaling spot there. You can also have another tag or 2 in here. Now I left this white because, it's a journal spot. And I was thinking if it was mine, and I were going to keep this particular one, I would leave these white because I like to journal, and this would more than likely be my prayer journal. Like I would put people's names and prayers in it, and all. So then there's another color piece, and each one on this side, on the right side, is white. And then there's the back. I did a little dragonfly, a butterfly thing here. And I need to finish that, don't I? Okay. Okay. So what I did, like I did on this one, I just took my little butterflies and I just touched it up. And these little things right here, I got at the Dollar Tree. There comes 3 in a pack, and these are for paint daubing and stuff, right? But I thought, well, it's kind of nice, and it works great for this right here. Although our Dollar Tree is no longer a Dollar Tree, yes, I know, it's a $1.25 tree. It's $1.25 tree. So anyway, I have a few more things I want to do to this journal, and it'll be ready to mail out. But I took this one here, and I took a piece of what do you call that stuff right there? I know y'all know what this is. Vellum. And I made me a little butterfly pull for it. There's a white side and a blue side, and that way you can say, okay, this is a vellum. So and wet glue and vellum do not get along. So I used my tape, for it. I used my tape, my score tape for it to keep it from wrinkling the vellum. And so anything that goes on here, you can write on vellum and all that, but anything that goes on there, I would advise you to use like score tape or something. Then I have 2 more pieces that are in here. These are painty papers. And see, there's the moth that they said I couldn't leave in the other one. Remember? Oh no, it's orange, Julie. It is really a bright orange. Can you see that better? It really is a bright orange. So, and then there's that moth that was in my other journal that I had to take out. And then there's that. It says God is love. And these were part of the same page, and I just cut them apart and I stuck them down into my pocket. My pocket here is gusseted. As you can see, there's a gusset right here. Can you see the gusset? And it doesn't matter what color your gusset is, unless somebody pulls it apart, they're not going to see it. So I just used scraps of the ends of other papers. And the lady that I learned how to do this from, her name is Melina Pilot, and she's Me Crafty Scrapper right here on YouTube. And I learned how to do this from her. Okay. Now, so, all right. On this here, let's see, did I lose that page? Did I not show y'all that page? Because I don't remember showing y'all that page. Did I take it out? I may have took it out, y'all. Oh, and here I put a tuck spot with a little piece of writing that you can put here. It's like a little secret journal spot right there. And you can journal on these pages. Like I said, I like a lot of blank space in my journal because I do use it for a journal, not just for looks. I wanna use it. Okay. All right. Then on the this is part of that paper, and I made a tag out of it. On the back, you can journal. I've still got to put the the tassel on some of the tags. This is a journal spot, but you can lift it up and journal back behind it, and it'll be like a little secret journal spot. Then there's a couple of maps, and there's a little journal space, another little card that comes out of this envelope, and then there it flips and it starts again. Envelope, pocket. I used the envelope, but one of those big old envelopes that you get, this one wasn't junk mail. It was actually a prescription list that had where we had bought prescriptions and what our insurance had paid. This is my dog tag. It was inspired by Joe Schuler. That's a dog tag. Yes, he inspired it. And my bugs here are from APG Jamie, and she's really cool to watch. And then Melina Pilot also did a shaker belly band, and I really thought that was cool. I put a little too much glitter in it, but it's what it is. I got to find me some sequins. I've got them here somewhere, but I've been trying to clean my room up and clean it out and everything. And like I said, on mine, I kind of like to use it um, for my journal, and I do journal in it. I drew these owls in it. Um, this was I drew with Beth Schuler those owls, and I used. I wanted to see how. Do y'all see the different colors in them? Guess what I used here. Let me see. I know I have them here. There they are. I found these for 50 cents a pack at Walmart after Valentine's Day because they were Valentine rainbow pencils. I don't know if y'all can see the tips. They are rainbow and they color in different colors. Judge Judy, probably not. Judge Judy does not behave. That's just the way she is. Okay, and then this scripture here is 1 John 4:16, and that is the one that was part of that thing I showed you a while ago that says God is love. That's what that scripture is 1 John 4:16. It says God is love. This is a piece of my eco dyed paper. I went out in my yard. I picked. This was actually a flower, but it looked kind of like a fern. It was really delicate, and so it looked so delicate. I really had to try it, and what I did, I laid it out on a piece of a coffee dyed copy paper. And this is all part of it. This is coffee dyed paper. And some of it, are just scraps like this right here. It was just a piece of white thin cardstock, and I threw it in with my coffee dye. Okay, all right. Then I cut this down to fit the back of this page here, and when I did, I ended up having a little bit more, and I backed it with a piece of black cardstock and made a pocket. And that's how I finished off this one, was a stenciled feather, stamps, and the sticker that I got in Michigan from my daughter. And that used to have it was a logo for a store there, and I just cut the logo off because my brother and my stepfather were both. My stepfather was an engineer, and my brother was a boxcar welder, and they worked for the railroad for over 35 years, each one of them. So they had more than 70 years put together. So anyway, there's that one, and I won third place with it. So if you're wondering what this one's worth, it's a third place entry. But I love what I got because I don't have a lot of stencils, and I'm actually getting 3 stencils from PM Artists, as well as one of their ATC arts. I'm also getting an piece of art from Mary Ann, which is a coin ATC. Oh, and she did a beautiful envelope, and I can't wait to get it. So I'm so excited. This is my third place entry, and I'm really excited to get the third place because honestly, That was my favorite. That was my favorite of the three places to be was the third. I liked what she had in it, so I'm not gonna complain. So don't get that wrong. So anyway, this one, like I said, I've got a few more things I want to do to it. To finish it out, I got to cut two more, three more, one more of these, this set, and one to put on the front, and the other two of the ones will go back here in these pages of the pockets. Then I'm going to decide on this is where I was practicing with my dip pen, and so I got uh, a, a dip pen, and I'm enjoying it so much. Okay, so Beth, sure, she said she's had this in her closet for a while. Okay, so calligraphy art. She said that she hasn't used it, so she was sending it to me because she knows how much I like. And she says I got pretty handwriting, y'all. So she sent it to me, and I'm going to take. I've got my calligraphy pens and all up there, and I'm going to do some studying on some calligraphy. So she sent me a calligraphy book, and this kit has a calligraphy book teaching you how to do calligraphy, and it tells you what it is, the materials you'll need, and all that in this book, and it gives you pages to work in. I'll probably be like the people that used it before and not write in the book itself. But see, it's got all these things, which is basic. These are basic things that you learn in school, how to line your lettering up. That's what all the little lines are for in your books and all there. You line like the taller ones, the even ones, and the ones that go down. So that's basic things that you learn, and it tells you how to join your writing, and it tells you the capitals and what they are supposed to look like, and it's a really good thing, and it tells you. Now, the way I learned how to do calligraphy, hi Beth, it's good to see you here. I'm glad you could come. Anyway, the way I learned to do calligraphy is when you write one letter at a time, and you thicken the letter on the down slope. So if you're going up, it's a thin. You come down, it's thick. Okay, so that's how I learned. It's kind of like right here. If you're going up, it's thin. This will be thick, thin. And it's teaching you how to make your letters, how to angle on the slope of your letters, and everything. And so I'm really looking forward to getting into this and really learning this. The Gothic letters are really, you can really see the styling in those. I can't wait to get into it and learn how to do a lot more. So you can see all the different kinds of lettering and everything. And I'm just excited over this. So, anyway, whenever I was doing the when I was following along doing the book that Marianne and Candy and all were showing us to do, the waterfall book, they said they learned it from Natasha at what? I like to watch Natasha. I am terrible with names of channels, y'all, so I really apologize. So if any of y'all want to add your channel links here, go ahead. I do not complain about that. I am working on Beth a thank you card. I haven't finished this one yet. I've got around the corners. I'm gonna have to take and I'm gonna have to do the I'm gonna have to cover this because as you see, that's where I was playing around. Or I may just put it in her envelope and not make it in, just leave it like that and she can have my scribbling tool. So sometimes she likes that. But she probably will put this all the way down on paper so you won't even see the back of it, so it won't really matter. But anyway, but this is my waterfall book. And I really enjoyed making this. It was really easy, really simple. And I did it with coffee dyed papers that I actually think I did these coffee dyed papers last week. I folded them all together and then I cut them. This is 11 pages in each one of these, but it's only 11 pages altogether. And the center page is folded in half. So I haven't finished it yet, Beth. It's not finished. This is just how far I got with using my pen last night. This was the black marker that came in the set that you sent me. This is watercolor paper, so it's good and sturdy. And this was my red ink with my glass tip pen. And each one with this, I know I've got time because I'm not sending it out until the 3rd when I get paid and I can get everybody's packages good and stuffed and take them to the post office when I get paid. They all going at once. So, you know, there'll be a little bit of everything in it. Like I said, this book here is the one I worked on to send out to whoever my partner is in your group. I've got a couple more. I want to make one more of this kind of pocket to go on the other side. And then the other pocket I want to make is it's kind of lacy looking. And I really like it. And so these are things that I'm going to be sending out. These are waterfall. These are called waterfall journals. And they're the kind of journal that goes into a journal. And I got to find me a good stapler so I can staple it together because I don't really have what I need to sew it right now. Although I could, I don't really want to use but I don't really want to use yarn. I've got yarn. I got plenty of yarn. I just don't like to use yarn because it stretches too much and I put too much tension on it. And this being coffee dyed paper, this is not cardstock. This is Hi Violet, it's good to see you, sweetheart. I don't want to sew it with yarn because I tend to pull yarn too hard because it stretches and I want it to be tight. So I tend to pull it too hard. So I'm going to find me a stapler and I'll probably come back here with a piece of lace and put half the lace and wrap it around so the staples won't show and people won't get caught. But like I said, these are really easy. I really enjoyed making this one. And I gotta find me I need to find me some more papers. I've got them. There they are. Okay. So here's the papers. Okay. These are my papers which I used. I did the, what do you call them things? All this stuff on it. Oh, jelly printed. Okay. So anyway, this is how I did this one last night. She showed us how to do it this way. and then you're going to slide it back a little bit. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but you're going to even it out. Okay. And I held it with my hand. Okay. And I came in here and I evened it all out. And I added each page individually. Okay. To make my waterfall book. Okay. Now, I did it just like that, and I left them straight until I had enough pages in. I had to make sure each time I did it that each one stayed straight, each one stayed a certain distance apart. I think she said it was about a half an inch, not a half an inch, a quarter of an inch, right? Apart. And the closer together, you can put them apart, further apart if you want to, or you can put them closer together to be waterfall. And I'm not going to go any further with them because I just wanted to show you basically how to do it. Okay? Okay. Then this one, she said, this page right here, this center page is folded directly in half. Okay? And basically you're doing it so that all your pages will come together evenly. And it's going to make a waterfall book. And what I did was I creased it here. And then I brought my buddy up here. My buddy will cut up to 25 pages at once. I decided how big I wanted it. I lifted this little thing up. I left it folded. I shoved that under there. I figured out how wide I wanted it to be. I wanted that one to be a 5-inch. Like that. And there it is. This one is a 3.5-inch because these are like 8.5 by 11 papers. And I got this buddy at the thrift store for $10. I brought it home. I learned how to take it and sharpen it and oil it because this thing was awful when I got it. I cleaned it. I took and wiped it down. I cleaned it. I took this right here and this over here and I undone them. I took this little part off right here and took my knife sharpener and I sharpened it. And that thing has been cutting like a champion ever since. And I got it 3 years ago. It's not a problem. It's just heavy. But it's a favorite tool of mine. And I've had people ask me what tool I could do without and what tool I couldn't do without. Okay, and then there's your papers. They're all lined up. Whoops. Okay. And then of course on the other side, I didn't do but one side on them because when they're wet, you don't just flip them over. All right, then you take this like I showed you. Okay, this one I cut at 5 inches. I can open this. I can slide this in here. I can do this. I can shut it up. And then when you open it up, you got your waterfall book. So you decide how long you want it. This is 11 pages, this long. And as you can see, it's quite a bit longer than my book is. So I went for, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's only 4 pages right here. And it's perfect size. The way I did it for my book. So what do y'all think? I got to get me a long-legged stapler so I can reach in here and staple this book. So, and I don't even think they sell long-legged staplers anymore. I found them that are supposed to be long arm, but they're really not. They're just regular size staplers. Uh, but I'm looking for one that has. I think Tanya McGuire said she has one, or is it Becky? Becky or Tanya one has one of those long-legged staplers, and I said, well, I want me one of those because I would love to do that. Yes, Julie, they will. And so this is where I was going to and see um just kind of and all my pages need to have more done to them, especially these that I but like I said, I did this part at 3.5. This is at 5 inches, and you decide what size you want your book to be. If you want it to go, say this is one, two, three, 4, 5, 6. This one's about 6.5 inches long right here. Okay, these are about 6.5, but this one here is 11 papers, and it goes 9.25 inches on this one. So that's the difference between these two right here. This one is 9.25, and this is about 6.5 inches. So you stop where you want to when it comes to your books. Okay, these are your books. This is your insert, and if you want to say, okay, I have a friend that I am mailing out a journal to. They really like coffee dyed papers. If they're anything like me, they do anyway. So I know they'll like it if I do. Okay, so say this one right here is too long. I can choose right here. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can bring it down here to the 5. I can come here. Okay, that's going to pull off part of my pages. Okay, I don't have to make it that long. I can leave out part of the pages like I did here. There's only 4 pages in this one, and it came out to be this size. And there's 11 pages in this one, which makes it this size. So the more pages you add, the shorter this right here has to be. Okay, but you can do it longer. Like you can separate them a little more. You make these longer, and it'll take less pages to make it the length that you want it. Me, I kind of liked it having just the little edge to it, the little flip edge to it, and I love that waterfall journal. So that's my waterfall journal, and I learned it from Happy People, um, Marianne, Candy, and who's the other lady? Welcome back. Welcome back. Who was the other lady? Candy and Marianne. Right, right. Yeah, it's a little harder to tear them though. It's a little harder to tear the pages at the edges when you've got them all together and evened up. But you could. You could take them out one by one. Yeah. And Debbie, yes, Debbie, and so they're the ones, and so they're the ones that were showing how to do this last night, and I got to watch them do this. I didn't get to stay very long. Like I said, I had to go and get dinner cooked and take me a shower so I could go to church this morning. And yeah, you could tear them first. You could leave them full length. Like I said, these are in half. You'll have to line them back up if you tore them afterwards. But you could take and pull this right here down the edge and rip this edge right off. This what you're talking about, Violet? Yeah, I think they would too, Julie. I think they would really love these. And and I want to thank you for inviting me to that group, Julie. I really have enjoyed playing along with making things, and you can tear the edges down at the bottom. Because, you know, on my jelly plate, I have a jelly plate that is 8.5 or 8 by 10 jelly plate. So these 8.5 by 11 papers just go a little over the edge. And where did I put it? Y'all see it anywhere? I'm good at losing things, y'all. I really am. And I know I had it right here, but there's no telling where I put it. Anyway, take your little grungy piece and you can touch the edge of it. Do y'all see it laying here anywhere? Am I missing it? I probably covered it up and stuff like that. I need to put these away. But of course, you could be like me and be lazy and take your markers and you could go across the edges of a marker. You can use any color mark you want. This just happens to be a glitter silver. And just grunge up your edges. But I did have my little doohickey here that I was using a while ago. And Lord only knows what I've done with it because I'm good at hiding things from myself. But anyway, I got to put my butterfly away before he does fly away. But, is there anything else y'all want to say? Yeah, I get lazy when it comes to my table. Everything that I've got on here, I use every day. Every time I come in here, if it's not here, I'm hunting it. So I just leave it laying here, and whenever I get ready to use it, I use it. It's like these beads and stuff right here. I have these really gorgeous beads that I'll take one of them off, and I'll use it on something. Or I'll use a piece of that chain because it's chainmail and everything. But this is silver. So I don't use it on just anything. And these are really, really old beads that I have. So I'll leave them right here because on something special like this this journal here that I'm going to be mailing out. Oops, I got it hidden, don't I? Come here. I'm going to be mailing this one out to the winner. It's a little heavier and everything to whoever I am sending to. And I'm thinking about taking one of these and putting, I'm not going to take very many of them because this is really heavy. This is, like I said, it's really old. But I'm thinking about taking loose. I don't know if I want to do the flat looking one. Because as you can see, it kind of looks flat. But it's blue. The bead is blue. It's kind of a crystal kind of blue. And these are real beads. If I want to use this one, it's kind of like it's got half uncovered and half covered. And I've got these are really, they're really cute beads is what I'm saying. They're really cool. Really like them. So I'm thinking I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to hook it. And look at now. I just dropped it back in there, didn't I? But I was going to show you what I had done. I found a bead that I wanted, and I just took it right off of there. And what I'll do is I'll take my tools and I'll open this up. I'll take this off. I'll put a single clasp here, right here. See, I've got this ready to go. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll take this piece off right here, and I'll just have this dangle. It'll have a lobster claw clasp on it. Turn around here. It's already on there. It's silver. I hope whoever gets it will enjoy it. I've noticed there's not a lot of people that want to try it, but I'm thinking I'm going to take, well, put it in the wrong place, didn't I? I'm thinking I'm going to try it here. But the good thing about this right here, but I think that silver and blue, I love silver and blue together. I've always thought that silver and blue look great together. So I don't know who's going to be my swap partner, but whoever it is will get this journal with some very, very old beads on it. My great-grandmother, I would think, I think that's her that had these beads. My cousin had them. She sent them to me. She said, we'll never wear them. You do a lot with beads. It is pretty. She really loves my handwork, my beadwork. So she sent me a whole bunch of beads that were old and antique and everything that she had had for years that had been given to her over the years. And I think she said that there was a couple of necklaces that were her grandmother's mothers, which would have made her grandmother, her great-grandmother, and my great-grandmother are the same because it was on her daddy's side of the family. Does that make sense? So it would be my great-grandmother. And I never met her. I never met my grandmother. Never met them either. They both died before either one of us were born. So we never even met the lady that these belonged to, but it feels good to have a little piece and to be able to share a little piece. Or I could use something like this, which is a sapphire, and it might do a little bit better on here than the silver. I don't know. But I don't want to put too much bulk on the journal itself because then you won't be able to use it. So anybody that wants to join this, you've got 1 week to make the journal, and you don't have to deck it out like I'm doing. It's totally up to you. But it's really simple to make. And let me set these to the side. Like I said, stuff that stays on my desk is usually on my desk because of the fact that it is there because I use it a lot. Okay, it's something that I use all the time usually, and there we go. And if I put it anywhere else, I'll be hunting it down, and y'all will never see it again, neither will I. So I'm getting some things ready to mail out. I got to make another one of these journals. I'm going to make it for a friend of mine. Well, there's a jangle. Anyway, let me stick that back in here. So what do y'all think? Right, everything's going to, mine will be mailed. Let's see, the 4th is next Friday. So you've actually got about a week to get it made in the mail. So Mine will be mailed probably on Thursday when I get paid. If not, it will be definitely Friday. So, but is there anything else y'all need to know? Anybody want to make one of these journals? Either one? They're fun. They really are. Let's put that over there. Right, you can make it in a day. It's really, really easy to make. The biggest thing is you measure your envelopes and get the backers. The backers needs to be 1/8 of an inch around, and it's best to use cardstock for the backer. Then you just kind of go by how big your envelopes are to do the uh, to do your journal. This is a signature that's on the outside instead of the inside, which makes it the flip over part. The flip over part is that when you get through, I always open both flaps when I look through it. You get through the whole thing. Okay, you get to the envelope, and you take and you flip it over to get to the back side, another envelope with more journaling space, and then I did a pocket with a card. I'm going to do another pocket here, and probably another pocket here, and then it'll be the end. There's going to be 3 more pockets, and I'm going to do the 3 more pockets with the with tags to go in them. So that's what I'm going to be doing with the rest of this one, and it's going to be finished up. Then I've got I know 2 more I'm going to be making. One of them is going to be mailed out. The other one is going to be given to a lady at my church. So, like I said, this is material stripped off, and I just stripped it up and made that. I glued it to this. This is the only part of the signature, is the cover of the signature is not removable. Every other page is removable, and I like my pages removable because if I do this, I can pull this page out, I can work on this page, I can slide this page, and I can lay it to the side and let it drop while I work in the rest of the journal. A journal that you can't remove the pages from it, you have to let it lay to the side while you work on something else. I can continue on with this journal while this page lays to the side. Okay. The tickets, I'm going to put some tickets in the pocket. You can use, this is a card. Let me show you this. I'll show you this as a card right here. I've got several of these cards, and I like this one. It says reading, science, geography on it. It's a card. It opens up. You can write in it. You send a little love note. This is a little envelope that it goes in. Of course, card goes into the envelope. You can put the name on it, and this can be put into the pocket. So this is the way I did my book. Now let's get started. Y'all ready to get started? No? Yes? Maybe? Oh, that's okay, Letitia. There's a lot of people that said hi. Okay, so I'm going to take this off because I'm not going to leave it on there right now because I still need to. I'm thinking I'm going to just leave it at this one dangle, and then because I want to add, I don't want to add too much weight and bulk to it for the envelope maybe to get tore up or anything for it to happen. So, okay, so this one can go over here. All right, so and I moved my stuff around in my room so that I've been cleaning and getting rid of a bunch of stuff. So I'm looking for my books that I had right here that are not right here now. I'm good at moving stuff on myself. How about y'all? Do y'all do that? Do y'all move stuff around? Oh, thanks, Julie. Thank you. I'll have to remember that. I know you can remove your what do you call it? Your labels. I know it'll remove labels. I never thought about doing it for envelopes. I don't know why I didn't. It just makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Yeah, I bet y'all don't know what this is. Ta-da! It is a felting kit. It's got the little felting thing. I bought me some needles. And it's got some red, white, beige, green. This is the kit. Get back over there. I got him from. And I didn't follow the directions on him. I looked at the picture and made him. I said, hey, if Becca can make figurines, I can make figurines, right? Becca can do it, why can't I? So I did. I watched Becca make hers, and then I made him. His little red nose is a pin. And I stuck it in there. I glued it on. I pushed it real hard to the back of the head, and I clipped it to where it wouldn't have a sharp point on it because I liked his little red nose. So I figured if Becca can make one, I can make one. Of course, she made hers a lot better than mine, but hey, this was my first. This was my first figure. So he sits up here in my little pin cushion chair. And I'm going to make Mrs. Claus next. This is really soft wool, and I've got roving wool over there, so I've got to pull it out, make her body, and once I make her body, I will be working on her dress and all that stuff, her glasses. I'm going to be doing all that. So let me pick this up right here. So with all Beth has shown y'all how to make this book, and I know y'all watch my streams on how to make the book. Do I need to show y'all it again, or can y'all do okay? Because I know y'all are probably getting pretty bored with seeing how to make this book, right? That's the reason why I was impressed on showing y'all how to make this one. And they made it differently than this, but this is the way that she said she did it first. And I was really impressed with how she did that with lining them up. And I loved it because she showed her coffee stained papers that she had done in a book like this, and I just fell in love with it. Had to have my very own. So thank you, Beth. I appreciate that. Oh, thanks, Brenda. Thank you, Julie. So I had to show y'all these. They're really easy. To me, they're easy. And you can tear the pages down to size and then put them together. Like Violet said, you can just tear the edges off of each page or tear it in half and tear it so that you'll have that ruffle edge on it, or whatever you'd like to do. I happen to like it like this because the coffee paper, I don't iron it, so it's all wrinkly and gooey and all kinds of good grungy stuff already. So I really like it like that already. So I think it came out good. I was tickled to pieces to see that I was able to do it with my hands. They've been really not happy with me lately. And I do like the fact that you can take it and remember your centerpiece here right here is always coming together pretty well. Almost always even edge. Not always. This one's not. This one's a little shorter at the top than it is here because I wanted it to be part of this instead of lining up. I wanted it to be part. So now I got to get me a long-legged stapler, open it up, staple it right here. I'm going to staple it a couple of 3 staples in it. Then I'm probably going to take something like a pretty piece of lace or something and put across it. And maybe take and put a tab or something across the top. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it. And then it'll be one of those little things you put in another journal. So is there anything else y'all want to see? Oh, thanks. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to get off of here since I know y'all probably bored with seeing this now. But I'm going to get off of here. I got to show you this book. Whoops. Attack of the Keyboards. I got to build me a shelf. It's just sitting up here on top of my computer right now. So Becca's still on. Y'all go on over and y'all see Becca. So I will talk to you all later. Thank y'all all for being here. I appreciate it. And I love you all. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.